Self-quarantine journal day 33. I got a massage today. Anyway, remember yesterday when I said I might as well buy a box? What else am I going to use the coins for? Well, I just found out what I would use the coins for. And no, it's not a haircut, but man, anyone who lives with a barber, has a barber as a roommate during this quarantine, lucky people. Today, we have a big announcement from Pokemon GO, one that a lot of people have been waiting for. New ways to raid, power up your Pokemon, receive gifts to send out, and more. Trainers, we're excited to announce upcoming changes to Pokemon GO. In our continued efforts to prioritize Pokemon GO experiences that can be enjoyed in individual settings and from home, such as my home, you'll soon be able to enjoy the following. With a remote raid pass, that's a bad joke. Look, it's day 33, okay? With a remote raid pass, you can access raid battles you can see on the nearby screen from wherever you are. Hold on. Hold on. We'll talk about that. But I just want to get through the rest of, this is everything that's in this announcement. It's big. You'll receive a bonus field research task daily without having to spin a Pokestop. So a free research task every day without having to spin a Pokestop. So that way you can keep doing research even if you can't get to a Pokestop right now. As you run low on gifts, your buddy Pokemon will venture out to nearby Pokestops and bring some gifts back for you to send to your friends. Your buddy Pokemon will bring you gifts to send out. You'll be able to power up your Pokemon to the desired CP by using all the required candies and Stardust at once. Oh, finally, mass power-ups. So you don't have to sit there for 9 minutes straight to max out a Pokemon. Finally, you can just choose where you want to power it up to. Beautiful. After using a Star Piece, Lucky Egg, or Incense, you'll be able to use more of the same item to extend the item's effect beyond the usual 30-minute limit. So you can use multiple Star Pieces or Lucky Eggs or Incense and just kind of stack them so you don't have to wait till it ends and then go back to use more. Look out for other updates, including improved battle screen design. Okay, let's talk about raids. Access raid battles that show up in your nearby view. With a remote raid pass, an upcoming new item, not available yet, you'll be able to join any raid battle you can see on the nearby screen or that you can tap on the map. So it's only raids that you can actually see, which is tough because some people can't see any gyms from home. But let's continue. Only one remote raid pass will be required to join each raid, and you'll be able to hold a limited amount of remote raid passes at a time. 20 trainers can join the same raid battle, with a limited number of trainers using a remote raid pass. Raid battles that you complete with a remote raid pass will count toward any raid-related research tasks or achievement medals. So the whole lobby can't be remote raiders. It doesn't say exactly how many people can be remote, but if no one's supposed to be going outside, then we all need to be remote. So, as long as it's enough people to effectively beat the boss, that's fine. I mean, most legendaries can be done with 3, maybe 4, 5 or 6 if you're lower level trainers. So, it should be fine. But that's one thing that makes me go, At launch, trainers battling in raids remotely will have the same attack power as trainers who are able to battle at the raid location in person. At a later time, the attack power for trainers battling remotely will be reduced. Afterward, a trainer battling at the raid location in person will have higher attack power than a trainer battling remotely. So that's happening later on. Right now, as of right now, when the feature launches, as a remote raider, you'll still do full damage. Later on, presumably when quarantines end and we're really allowed to go outside, it doesn't seem like they're taking the feature away at that time, but you will do less damage remotely whenever that happens. I don't think that's going to be for a while. We'll be making adjustments to this feature over time, including changes to the number of trainers who can join remotely, the ability to invite friends to raids regardless of their location, and the mentioned adjustment to attack power for trainers battling in a raid remotely. We'll announce all changes and improvements via official channels, so please stay tuned for further announcements, etc. Okay, so it sounds like as of right now, you'll be able to do these raids remotely, and the limit will probably be higher for how many trainers can be remote. And then again, once we can go outside and once quarantines end, they'll lower the number of trainers who can be remote, and they'll also lower the damage that remote raiders are going to do. Also, there is mention of the ability to invite friends to raids regardless of their location. And that's what's really going to be helpful for people who have no gyms in sight. Personally, I'm lucky. I live in downtown Long Beach. I can see 10, 15 gyms from where I am at my apartment. So obviously, like, I'll be able to raid because I can see all those gyms nearby. But some people who are living rural or suburban who can't see any gyms nearby and aren't allowed to leave the house still aren't going to be able to raid. But they do say that soon you'll be able to, or eventually you'll be able to invite friends to raids regardless of their location. So at that point, I could, or someone else could, invite a rural friend to the raid, even though that person can't see any raids. So stay tuned for that. I know not everyone will be able to raid at launch, but eventually, they're working on it. Like, we're like 1 month into quarantine here in California, and Niantic is already like really making these things happen. So that's quick for Niantic time, right? For a feature release, I think that's fast. So yeah, I think we can all be patient as they continue to improve this new feature that's coming. Okay, want to give this new feature a try? Keep a lookout for a 1 Pokecoin bundle that will feature remote raid passes. I can afford that. Keep a lookout for a 1 Pokecoin bundle that will feature remote raid passes coming soon to the shop. At launch, remote raid passes will be available to buy individually at the special discounted price of 100 Pokecoins. So 100 Pokecoins for a remote raid pass, but that's a discounted price, and eventually the price will go up. I think the price will probably stay low until quarantine ends. This is just me assuming that like all the changes they're talking about making in the future will probably happen after quarantine ends. They obviously don't want remote raiding to be like the main way that people do raids. They still want you to go outside once we're allowed to go outside. So I think they're going to make it like they're making these things possible now, but then they'll scale them back a little bit once things kind of get back to normal. Moving on. Well, first of all, how do you feel about that? I know not everyone's still going to be able to raid the way that the feature is described at launch, but once they add the ability to invite friends, that should solve things for almost everyone. Even rural players can add friends online, and I'm sure we'll see remote raid groups become a thing. People who can see a lot of gyms, for example, like myself, can add rural players as friends, and then they can host the raids and invite all of the rural players. This is actually a really great idea. Definitely something we can do here, although I don't have a lot of friend space. I actually don't have any friend space. I would have to delete some people. We'll figure it out. But I would love to like help host some raids for rural players once this feature is available. Anyway, moving on. Receive 1 daily bonus field research task. At midnight every day, you'll receive a bonus task without having to spin a Pokestop. These tasks will be different from field research tasks you receive on Pokestops and will focus on activities you can complete from home. If you don't have an open field research slot, then a 4th slot will open up to accommodate the bonus task for you. So, free field research task every day at midnight, and it's going to be something that you can do from home. So it won't be like spin 10 Pokestops or something like that. So that's good to know, and you'll get an extra slot for that research task. However, if all 4 slots are filled, you won't receive the bonus task. So make sure you do your free research every day in order to get another one the next day at midnight. Next up, your buddy Pokemon will bring you gifts to send if you start to run low. Gifts are an important way to stay in touch with friends and share items. Your buddy Pokemon wants to help wherever it can, so it'll be able to bring gifts to you. As you run low on gifts, your buddy will start going to nearby Pokestops to get more for you. You'll see a notification above your buddy's portrait when it's returned with gifts in hand, or paw, or claw, or wing or beak, I don't know. A buddy of any buddy level will be able to do this for you. So your buddy Pokemon are just going to go grab gifts for you so that you can send them to your friends. That's great. I think that's really great. It does say your buddy will start going to nearby Pokestops. I'm hoping that this just happens regardless of if there are actual Pokestops around you. But I guess the gift, I mean, they could make a special gift that's not specifically tied to a Pokestop, right? It could just be like, buddy gift. But if you have to have a Pokestop nearby in order to get these gifts, that still doesn't help really rural players who don't have any Pokestops nearby. We'll see. Again, all of this is coming soon. Power up your Pokemon faster. Currently, powering up your Pokemon can take quite some time. Oh, we know. With this update, you'll be able to give your Pokemon all the candies and Stardust needed to power it up to your desired CP level all at once. Now you can focus more of your time on honing your battle skills in the Go Battle League or Sylph League Arena. Tournament's still happening remotely, online. Finally, activate multiple star pieces, lucky eggs, and incense at a time to extend effect duration. So essentially you can use 3 incense at once and they'll last 3 hours during this quarantine time, or 3 lucky eggs and they'll last an hour and a half. You can just use them all at once. You'll be able to activate 200 of each item at once. Oh my god, but be careful, once an item is activated, it'll disappear from your item bag and cannot be returned. 200 at once. That's 100 hours straight. Anyway, don't do that. But this will be nice for future community day events where you can just put on 6 star pieces at the beginning of the event and not have to worry about forgetting to put one on like I often do every 30 minutes. So that's nice. So here are some other updates to Pokemon Go that you'll be able to experience soon. The battle screens have been polished. The way HP bars appear will be updated to be consistent across battle systems. That's nice. Pokemon types will also now appear on the battle screen along with text that tells you if a move is effective, super effective, or not very effective. Very helpful. The shop icon in the Pokeball menu will soon show a notification if there are updated boxes or new items in the shop. Don't pay attention to that one. That's just hey, come buy things. Thank you, trainers. As we work to continue improving your gameplay experience, we wanted to express our gratitude for your continued support. Our team is working hard to address your feedback, as well as create new and exciting gameplay that can be enjoyed both from home and when we're able to go out and explore together again. So, I mean, honestly, I know there might be problems with these new features, but for a company whose entire mission is to get people to go outside, for Niantic to so quickly be able to pivot and focus on creating features for this game that we all love, that we can play from home in the interest of safety, really. I think, yes, we do owe Niantic some amount of gratitude because they really are, this is the quickest that Niantic has ever really announced new features and really gotten started on them. I mean, it took us how long to get trading? It took us how long to get PvP? And in the span of less than a month, remote raiding is coming to Pokemon Go. So I think it's big. I'm excited. Let me know down below in the comments how you feel about it. What are your concerns with remote raiding? Are you happy with the way that it sounds like it's going to work? They obviously don't say when it's actually going to be released, but I'm hoping it's soon. So I'm talking about how quickly they're moving here, but we don't actually know when it's coming. But that's a big announcement. That was a big announcement we got today. How do you feel about it? Let me know. I gotta go back to hatching eggs. Okay, bye.